Okay. Vito. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from that.
Feel that Jermell Charlo was ducking you since he was paying you a lot of step-aside money? Did he know that you would have whooped his ass too?
He says he doesn't think that Charlo was avoiding him or something on purpose. It was easier for him to pay step-aside money, fight for unification fights, and then build himself to fight against Canelo for big money. So he was just doing the smart business moves. He was not like just avoiding him on purpose. I don't think so. Dude was also mentioning that Bakhram basically was taking step-aside money on purpose just to get easy fights. No, it was no choice for Bakhram. He would never accept that. The only choice was either wait until Charlo decides to fight you or fight on his undercard for big money. So it was never his choice.
What it is, baby, you already know it is the big boss hog. Boss dog can't poke through the door that talks about forget about soliloquy. Remember, tough times don't last, good people do. Don't love yourself. Cut them in if I lie. Remember, you matter. Peak game, metaphors on what's swing. So remember, I told you I was going to go on this weight loss journey. I was going to go down to 170, right? You know, because at the time, like I told you, my weight fluctuates between 190 and 200. You know, I lift weights, I box. You know, I work out 7 days a week. And I got down to like 189, and your boy almost passed out. So it wasn't healthy for me. It may be how I was losing weight, but it wasn't healthy for me. So I had to give up on that. And I hate the fact that I gotta say that, but because I don't like quitting, but I had to. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't healthy for me. I got sick, all type of stuff. So I had to leave it alone. So now I'm back to 200. You know what I mean? You know, my grown man weight. You know, I said, man, F it. You know, it is what it is. But it may have been how I was cutting weight. I may have cut weight wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know. You live, you learn, you know. I might try it again later on, but right now, I ain't doing it. But let's talk boxing. So, shout out to the Boxer Voice, you know me. And, you know, they have a very different viewpoint on a lot of things that's going on in boxing that I disagree with, but I still watch their channel because I'm a grown man, they grown men, and y'all know my motto, grown men gonna have different viewpoints. Ain't no hateful bone in my body, I ain't talking down on them or nothing. They just got different viewpoints that I don't agree with, but at the same time, I enjoy to hear the different viewpoints. Like I say, I'm a man, so, you know, and I have the understanding that men gonna have different outlooks on life. So, they were interviewing Bakhram Murtazaliev, the one that body bag and toe tagged Tim Tszyu, right? They were interviewing him, and basically they were alluding to the fact that Jermell Charlo paid him money because Jermell Charlo was scared of Bakhram Murtazaliev, and, you know, they were saying that, you know, Bakhram would have basically body bag and toe tagged Jermell Charlo, right? So when I'm hearing that, I'm like, but Murtazaliev, his response shocked me. You know, and if you got this far, you saw the video. But his response was basically like, nah. He said, no. He said, I believe that, you know, Jermell Charlo made a business move. He said, I understand it. He said he paid me step-aside money so he could fight Canelo. I don't have a problem with that. You know, I think Jermell Charlo's a good fighter. He was like, I don't think he was afraid of me. I think, you know, he was preparing for the biggest fight of his life. And he said, you know, I probably would have did the same thing. It's just crazy how they try to push certain narratives. Like, these reporters, they'll like push a narrative. Like, oh, you know, he was afraid of you. Yeah, blah! Just like I was watching Ariel Hawaii, whatever his name is, the other day. And he had Boots in this on his show. And he was trying to get Boots to talk down on Showtime and PBC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, like, and Boots didn't fall for the bait. You know what I'm saying? Like, Boots was like, no. He was like, nah, they, you know, pretty much like, he ain't say nothing bad. He was like, yeah, it was good, but, you know, Eddie cool. And dude was like, yeah, Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in boxing. He like, yeah, Eddie cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he give me this opportunity, you know, like, he was like, yeah, because you should have been a main event fighter. I'm like, man, this boy sack chasing, man. It bothers me, bro, because it's like, they start go live and on certain stuff, and then you like, bro, how can you sit there and say the stuff you saying when there's like numbers to like basically disprove what you saying? You know what I'm saying? You're saying that Eddie Hearn is the best in promoting boxing. That's your opinion, but what American star has he taken and turned him into a superstar? We gonna be waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But to get back on, you know, the Charlo thing, I'm like, bro, the man paid him money so he could fight Canelo. He didn't pay him money to go fight a F-level fighter. He paid him step-aside money so he could fight Canelo. Canelo, out of all people, go. He gave him step-aside money so he could fight Canelo. Like, bro, what is you talking about, man? And I don't believe no fighter's afraid of no fighter, bro. Like, when you box, okay, and you got an extensive amateur career, like, you got to understand that, like, getting in that ring is like putting shoes on. Yeah, you're going to be nervous. There are nerves. Don't get it twisted. There are nerves that you experience, you know, but that's it. You just have nerves. You get nervous. Okay, cool, I'm nervous, I bet, you know, but you shake off the nerves, and then you get in there. Once you get hit, it's over with. It's like, okay, cool, I'm hit. I bet, let's fight. You know what I mean? Like, it's that simple. It's nothing else to, you know, the Lord shining the sun in my car. It's nothing else to really say about that. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that a lot of people want to push certain narratives. And it's crazy because it's like it be people that ain't never boxed before that be saying stuff like this. Like, I could tell the dude on the show, the fat dude that said what he said on the Boxer Voice, he ain't never boxed before. He ain't never stepped foot in that ring. He don't know what it's like to get punched. He don't know what it's like to put them gloves on. He don't know what it's like to walk. He don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not bashing him, but I'm just saying, like, you could tell people that say stuff like that never competed in boxing. So they don't know. You know what I'm saying? No, they're I'm not sitting here saying, I used to say, and y'all can pull up videos, I say, if you ain't been in that ring, you're not qualified to speak on it. And let me rephrase that. There are some exceptions, right? You know, there are people who have covered this sport of boxing that have taken the time to actually go in depth, right? I'm not talking about from a surface level where you just watching a fight. Like, you actually in these gyms watching what these fighters go through, having relationships with these fighters, pause. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what they go through. Then, you know, there are people who can speak on stuff like that. But those people who been in these gyms and stuff, they don't say stuff like that. It be people who ain't been in these gyms. It be people who ain't, they just watching the fight on TV, and then they just, oh, you know, this dude's scared of this dude. What? Like, are you serious? Like, are you seriously saying that, bro? So I think that, you know, Buddy need to, you know, he get his mind right. But as pertains to this boxing talk, I think it's a great topic, but Jermell Charlo, I think can beat Bakhram Murtazaliev. I think it's a tough fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be sitting here capping if I was like, oh, it's an easy fight. You know, it's a tough fight. Bakhram is strong, but I think Charlo will break him down. And people forget. It's like when fighters take a loss, it's like this dude suck. Man, he trash. That nigga don't suck and he ain't trash. That nigga, I think it'll be a tough fight. I think Murtazaliev can hurt Charlo, but I think Charlo can knock Murtazaliev out if they fought. If they fought today, if Jermell Charlo said, you know what, F it, let's fight. I'm telling you right now, I think it'll be a close competitive fight until it's not. And I got Jermell Charlo stopping Murtazaliev. Right? One thing about those European, Russian guys, they strong, they got great fundamentals, they disciplined. But the things that they lack is they kind of like computers, bro. They are programmed to fight a certain way. They can't go off script, right? So whatever game plan they come in there with, that's what they're working with. The difference between American fighters and them is we could go off script, right? So you got Jermell Charlo, who's a power puncher, but also can box, right? So he could go off script if he need to and do whatever he need to do to get his hand raised in that fight, and that's how I see it. A lot of these Russian guys, like I say, are programmed to fight a certain way, right? They're great fighters. I'm not taking that away from them. Great fundamentals, great school of boxing. All I'm saying at the end of the day is they're not programmed to go off script if they need to. They're programmed to, if he dies, he dies. So if they come in there and they like, hey, we're gonna fight, use the jab, and that's what they're gonna do. You look at the Better Biev and Bivol fight. Those guys, they fight the same way. They not fighting no different way. I don't know what these birds eating. That's that bird down there, big than them. Hey, man, I wish I could show y'all this bird. It's a crow. I don't know what these boys, man, them boys, that mud big than the mud, bro. Pause. That was crazy. All I'm saying at the end of the day, get back on topic. I feel like a lot of people are putting a lot of stock in, you know, Bakhram now, and rightfully so. He should have that stock. But it's like fighters they don't like, they try to use him and say, oh, you know, we know what's the name was scared of you. That's why. You didn't know. It's a lot of people that didn't know. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Even me, I didn't really pay attention to Murtazaliev. I heard his name before, but I was like, man, you know, I never seen him fight prior to him whooping Tim Tszyu, but I was like, man, you know, I heard him mention with Jermell Charlo. I was like, man, you know, but he showed me something when he sparked Tim Tszyu. I said, okay. You know, him beating Tim Tszyu, you know, was so something. But I'll tell you this. I want to see Murtazaliev in there with another big name. And that'll let me know what all I need to know about Murtazaliev. Because let's say Murtazaliev do get in there with Jermell Charlo next. Let's say Charlo say, you know what, F it, I'll fight him for his IBF belt. And Charlo spark him. And it's easy. Then it's like, well, that makes you look at Tim Tszyu differently. You get what I mean? You know, like, so, you know, and styles make fights, you know what I mean? But it's just like, it make you look at Tim Tszyu a little differently. I don't know. But I think that so many people are putting stock into, because a fighter takes a loss, or he suck, he's done. So, we shall see. I got a video coming up by L Spitz next. Stay tuned. Let's go.